Hey there, Joy Seeker. Welcome back for more Gen Juice. Friends, today we are talking about something that can absolutely destroy your divorce case, damage your reputation, hurt your children, and keep you emotionally stuck in your divorce. And most people don't even realize they're doing it. It's how you use social media during your divorce. I have seen people lose custody, lose credibility, lose relationships, and most importantly, lose their peace because of what they posted online during their divorce. And the scary part is, most of the time, they thought they were doing nothing wrong. So today, I am going to walk you through what I call my divorce social media protocol. This is not just my opinion. This comes from real life experience, my own, and seeing dozens and dozens of other people go through divorce and observing things that they did right and they did wrong, as well as sharing a few of my own mistakes and all the things I've learned in the process. Please hear me say this. When you are going through divorce, you are more fragile than you think you are. And social media can either help you heal or blow up your life. So today we're going to talk about what you should never post during divorce, what attorneys and courts actually look for on your social media, and the biggest mistakes that I see people make online during divorce, what to do about your ex on social media, and what to do about your children and social media during divorce. And make sure you stay with me till the end because I'm going to give you a free download called My Divorce Social Media Protocol that will walk you step by step through exactly what to do, what not to do, and all my best advice for dealing with social media during divorce. This episode could actually save you a lot of heartache if you listen now instead of learning the hard way later. Hey, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my future episodes. My goal on this channel is to help people navigate divorce with faith, healing, and hope. I'm so glad you're here, friend. All right, let's talk about social media and divorce. We have all seen posts, rants, and reels from bitter, angry exes. And it can be so salacious that you can't pull yourself away. But it's never a good thing for anyone involved. Remember, social media is a tool. We choose how we want to use it. And as long as you use it appropriately during your separation and divorce, you can continue to enjoy its benefits without the risk of damaging content being published that could harm you or your children, your family, your career, or even your custody or visitation with your children. This happens, friends. I've seen it many times. So, this is a crucial issue for you to consider. I advise you to be very cautious and careful with your social media sharing during this time of your life. I like to say you are in a fragile state when you're going through separation and divorce. And this phrase has a little history in our family. When my youngest child was born, all of my other children were in elementary school and middle school, and I would put the baby down for a nap every afternoon. All of the other kids would come running home from the school bus and they would race up the street as fast as they could to be the first one to come and wake up the baby. Well, some days the baby would wake up laughing and smiling when the kids bounced her around and blew on her belly. But other times, those exact same things would cause a meltdown that the neighbors could hear. Eventually, I started saying, you could wake her up if you want to, but remember, she's fragile right now. We don't know what will happen when you wake her up. We may get the sweet, fun, happy baby, or we may get the little monster. As my little baby grew, she even started saying that phrase back to me when she wasn't feeling great or didn't like what was happening around her. She would say, I'm fragile right now, mommy. And it was the cutest thing ever. And we all knew what that meant. I'm okay, but I'm not completely stable, and anything could set me off. And if I do get set off, you will not like it at all. Now that little baby is 19 and off to college, and she's still fragile sometimes, and now we just call it PMS. Well, this is exactly how you are when you are going through divorce or separation. At some point, you will get to a point where you feel okay. You feel stable, secure enough to function. You're doing all right, but you are actually much more fragile than you realize. Trust me. Be extra cautious during this time. You won't regret putting some extra thought and care into your social media post later, but you definitely may regret it if you don't. I have learned a lot through my own experience, both good and bad, on social media dealing with my ex. Still, I have seen terrible things happen in divorce cases where couples have been reckless with their posts. It has caused them seriously harmful consequences with their custody of their children. So I don't want this to happen to you, friend. So I created something to help you. It is my divorce social media protocol. Hang on till the end of this video and I'll tell you how you can get a copy. Let's start with a few basics. Just like potential employers use social media to get to know their applicants, family law attorneys do the same thing. When you're going through a divorce, you and your life are under a magnifying glass. Review all of your previous social media posts, photos, and videos. This is a really good time to clean up anything that doesn't represent you in the best light. There is never a good time or place to share inappropriate pictures, video, or threatening comments. Delete all of these if they do exist and never, ever do it again. Basically, assume everything you post on social media is public and permanent. Don't share anything you wouldn't want your ex, their family, or their attorney, or your children to see. From finances, hobbies, potential flirtations, everything is open game. Later in this video, we are going to talk about whether you should block your ex or not, because this question comes up all the time. So hang around till the end. Let's start with some do's and don'ts. First, the do's. Start by changing your settings to make your account private. Second, it's also a really good idea to change all of your account passwords right now. Third, consider taking a complete social media break during the separation and divorce process. It's a good time to just focus on your personal healing and growth and shut out all outside influences from social media for a while. Fourth, clean up your friends and followers list. A friend or a follower is not always your friend. This is a time to unfriend or block people who may not have your best interest in mind. Sadly, you lose family and friends in divorce and you find out who your real friends are. Fifth, if you do choose to post on social media, consider your motive. What do you want to achieve with your post? Remember, you are more fragile than you realize. Don't post anything that will represent you poorly or potentially harm your children or your case. Your child may not have access to social media posts, but their friends or their friends' parents do. People talk. Word travels fast. Just be extra cautious when considering how posts may affect your children. And six, check all posts you're tagged in and untag yourself if necessary. Even if you stop posting, you may still be tagged in posts by friends or family members. These posts can also have harmful effects in your divorce. So let's talk about the don'ts. First, don't post about your separation or divorce on social media. Keep your private life private, friends. Second, do not vent on social media. Bash your ex or post hostile, inflammatory, or passive-aggressive feelings or comments about your ex or your divorce. Vent to a friend, vent to a support group, a coach, or a therapist. I can help you in a constructive way. Third, don't spy on your ex. Part of your healing journey is moving on with your life and letting go of your ex and the old life you shared with them. Constantly looking them up and following their activity will keep you stuck in the past and make it impossible for you to move on. Let them go. Fourth, don't post anything about your divorce case, your attorney, your guardian ad litem, your mediator, or your legal standing. Fifth, don't post anything negative about single parenting that could be taken out of context and used against you in your court case. Six, do not share details about your job or employment status or any bonuses, raises, or anything like that. Seven, don't share trips or vacations or show off flashy new purchases. All right, friends, let's talk about blocking. To block or not block your ex. This is a personal decision. I have seen it work well both ways. When divorcing couples block their ex, it gives them the freedom to enjoy their social media without seeing and potentially being triggered by their ex's activities. On most social media platforms, once an account is blocked, it's no longer viewable or visible. It's like it doesn't exist. There is a lot of peace that comes from being free from knowing the details, activities, and events going on with your ex and not fearing that they are constantly getting all of your updates as well. So I get this, and this is what most divorcees do. I have seen in some, but not many cases, divorcees who divorce amicably and remain friends and followers of each other on social media. Now, this is really the exception, and it's an unusual situation. If you genuinely feel like you're still good friends with your ex and you want to stay connected in life and on social media, more power to you, friend. This is a bit mind boggling to me, but I say go for it if that's how you feel. Now, before we finish, I'm going to talk about kids and social media during divorce because this is where things get really delicate and very important. When it comes to your kids' social media during separation and divorce, this is such a delicate situation. In most cases, it is best for children to maintain relationships with both of their parents after divorce. This means they will want and need access to both parents' social media accounts when they are old enough. Now, this is a big hot button topic that every family has to address on their own. So we're not going to go there today. I will add my perspective. Now that my children from my first marriage are all adults, children grow up and choose for themselves what they want to believe about both of their parents, no matter what their other parent or anyone else tells them. You may feel like you know the truth about your divorce and you want your children to know the truth. But personally, I have seen this backfire. I have learned that it is best to protect their innocence as long as possible and not burden them with the adult details about why you're divorcing your former spouse. It is better to allow them to love and respect and have a relationship with both parents as long as they choose to and not disrespect their other parent, even when they make poor choices that cause your marriage to end. It's hard. I know. I understand. But children grow up and become adults quicker than you realize in this moment. It is much more important to protect their childhood than to clarify the details of your divorce when they're young. You'll have plenty of time to discuss all the details you want with them when they are adults. So just focus on loving and parenting them through the difficult challenges that they're dealing with right now in the present. All things become clear in time, friends. If you choose to use social media while you're separated or divorcing, be cautious and careful. Although you may be alone in your home or your office or your car when you're on social media, you are sharing with the whole world. Remember, it is public and permanent. Really think about what you want to achieve with your post. What result will come with this post? What need are you trying to fill by making this post? When you do post, I want to challenge you to post or speak from a place of learning, growth, and empowerment with the goal of helping and lifting others, not to embarrass or vent or seek revenge. We all know what Taylor Swift says about karma, right? It will come back to bite you. There is a lot to be said for taking the high road. So don't say or do anything you wouldn't want done to you. A little grace goes a long way in divorce, and it takes both grit and grace to get through it well, friends. And you gotta have both. All right, my friends, if this episode was helpful for you, I created something to help you even more. I put together my divorce social media protocol. You can download it for free inside my Find the Joy app. Just go to findthejoywithjen.com, download the app, and you will find it there waiting for you. And remember, even in divorce, it is possible to find joy, and I can help you find it. Thank you so much for being here, Joy Seekers. Keep seeking joy, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.